Attention, please. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
What the heck is that, man?
Happy Thursday.
You know, I didn't want to say this backstage because I wanted the raw reaction, but you're not wearing big baggy sweatshirt jacket now. You're ready to start showing off the guns.
Well, you know, this is my Gutter App T-shirt, bro. You know, you got to see me live in the flesh at Vegas, and
I did, like mini Hulk. So yeah.
I've been putting the work in, bro. I've been putting the work in. I had like
man.
4 layers on today because it's so cold, but I just stripped down for you. I thought I'd get a little sexy for the show, you know?
Let's go.
So we have an awesome guest tonight. I'm stoked. I mean, we both were in Vegas. You want to give a quick little rehash on what we did out in Vegas for the shows?
Yeah, dude. So there was IRE and then the GutterCon meetup. Shoot, man, we had an awesome time. IRE was incredible. International Roofing Expo. I mean, my goodness, how many booths there was?
I don't know how many vendors.
There had to be what? A few hundred. I mean, close to 1,000, right?
Vendors?
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, it's so hard to gauge. The place is so massive. I mean, I've been to a lot of shows. I've been to the IRE before. It's a huge show. It's massive, but it's clean. It's well done. It's laid out nicely. Right. It's where all the big vendors come out, so you know you're getting like these amazing backdrops and rigs and crazy stuff, platforms and buildings and structures. It was really cool.
I talked to I forget her name, one of the gals from Alley Rex, and
Debbie.
I was like, no, it wasn't Debbie. Debbie's the shorter brown haired one.
Mari, my friend Mari.
Yeah, Mari, yeah, her. And so she used to run trade shows for a bicycle company.
Really? Yeah, cool.
And I was like, and she's like head of marketing for them now. Yeah. And so I was like, what does it cost you guys to come to this thing? And she goes, all in, like flights and everything. We're probably right around 40, maybe just over 40 grand for this. Yeah. And I was like, no kidding. She goes, yeah, just like the booth and the setup and everything is about 30. And I was like, good night. That's a lot of money for the booth. And they only had like a 10 by 20 booth, And I was like, okay. She goes, Colin,
that's what it's
when
like.
I did everything. It was normal for us to spend $500,000 to come to Vegas.
What?
I said $500,000 on a booth? And she goes, oh yeah. I was like, for bicycles? And she's like, yes. And
what company was it?
Like these new bicycles, they're like, they're $6,000 to $15,000, and I was like, okay, I get that. But I was like, so like SRS, ABC, GAF, IKO, all these guys at Atlas that had huge booths here. She goes, at least $500,000.
Holy smokes!
And I was like,
it doesn't even make sense. I mean, it's a lot of money to move these things, but like. Some of them, they need tractor trailers, right, of their own to move them. I get it. It's like setting up for a WWE wrestling event,
Right. Well, and it was. I mean, some of them had like double deck, like
it's crazy,
like bars and stuff inside the event. It was like, this is crazy. So
the audience,
I learned so much at this event.
The audience wasn't there.
What's that?
What'd you think? The audience was not there.
It wasn't that busy. No. It wasn't as busy as I expected it to be. Yeah, and maybe that's just because the concrete convention. Well, excuse me. The concrete convention was going on too.
Yeah,
and knew that there was a lot of like people going to both.
So. Yeah, people kind of probably hit the IRE hard the first day or day and a half, 2 days, and then been there, done it. They go to the next show.
Yeah,
or go enjoy Vegas or a bit of both. But yeah, I mean, all right, so. Interestingly, we were there, right? We both were at the IRE together, spent some time together there. We had a blast jumping around. There was a lot of gutter booths at the show.
Yeah.
The rain gutter industry was
couple dozen gutter.
solidly represented at the show. I was impressed. Our friend Augustine was there with Classic Gutters. He had a cool.
He's my like second or third cousin. I figured that out.
That was weird. I had to walk away from that conversation.
I had never seen his last name before, and I was like, Crookston. That's my grandma's maiden name.
Yeah, he's got it on everything.
Yeah. So
his badges.
Yep.
That's crazy. That's crazy. You guys are related. So Friday we did a get together, right? That was Gutter Con related. It was the same crew and the graduates, if you will, the collective audience from Gutter Con. Great group of people. We all got together and kind of kept that going. And there was a meetup on Friday. Ben Conowitz and crew put that on. They did a very nice job. And our guest tonight was there, and he was actually speaking on their behalf, which was a nice treat. This guy I've known over the last couple of years. He stays very active. He gets out to shows. GutterCon, I think he's been to a few years in a row. He's a vocal gentleman, as you'll see. He's very well spoken and outgoing. He's got a great personality. Always comes up and makes it a point to spend some time with me. He'll come up, he'll talk, we'll have a conversation. Sometimes we'll talk for quite a bit. Very interesting character. And I think one of the things that kind of gravitates ourselves to one another is he's right down the street in Providence, or he was down the street in Providence, Rhode Island. He now is kind of a jet setter, jumps around and globetrots, lives primarily in Barcelona, Spain, travels a lot, tries to do the vacation thing a lot, kind of like I try to do. And except what he does and I don't do successfully is he works remotely. So his work done fully remote. His work gets done in Rhode Island, and he is on the other side of the globe. My work gets done when I'm not here, but certainly I generally have to be here to kind of push things along in a traditional sense. And so, I'm very intrigued by his model, and we spent a lot of time talking this Friday, just last week about it. And he's advancing the ball. His business has grown. He's hit some numbers. He broke the $1 million mark, and then he did it for a second year. He's really making things happen. I want to bring him out from the green room. We'll let him talk a little bit. I have a lot of questions about what he's up to.
Hey, guys.
What's up, brother? How are you?
Oh, I just want to show you where I'm at.
So this guy's
at the airport
traveling because this is what this guy does. He's at the airport. What are you flying? JetBlue?
I'm going back home. No, I'm flying Levels.
Level.
It's operated by Iberia, but it's called Level.
And you're on your way back to Barcelona.
I'm on my way back home. Yes.
Ooh, home. See, he's already flipped. He's flipped.
But I was funny story. I was in Las Vegas with you guys, and then Saturday I flew back into Boston, and I didn't want to get stuck in the snow, so I flew a little trip to Cancun. I was there Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Flew back home yesterday here to Boston, chilled, recorded some content in Providence with the icicles, the ice dams that we can't do nothing about right now.
Yeah,
and now I'm going home.
Man, you are hopping a lot. You did say you had a vacation on Sunday coming up, so
Yep.
Happy to hear you pulled it off successfully.
I did. Amazingly. Crazy.
Did your wife and kids meet you in Cancun?
No. The jet lag is too crazy. No, I was crazy enough to do it because I just crazy. It's like I'm on two. It was just wild. Imagine a 6-hour flight from Las Vegas, red eye, and then 7 o'clock here in the morning at another flight, a 5-hour flight direct to Mexico. Another 6 hours.
Why did you not just go from Vegas to Cancun?
Oh, because it wasn't the Cancun trip wasn't planned. It was either you get snowed in or you go to the beach. And I decided I'd rather go to the beach, suffer a 5-hour flight than suffer in the cold. And I'm super glad I did it.
My dude.
Awesome. So
let's dig into what you do, man, because it is so freaking enthralling. Like how you operate. And I met you a couple years ago at a Gutter Secrets Live. And it just blew my mind that you're doing all these remote estimates, living in Barcelona, Spain, for those that don't know where Barcelona is, and across the Atlantic Ocean, and operating a business in Rhode Island. So walk us through like how you got this crazy idea. Where did it
Yeah,
come from? How did it spawn?
yeah. So how it kind of developed was I started in the space because I was a leaf filter contractor, subcontractor. And so that year, it was my first year of business. They were doing the gutter thing, and I was there August 2020, and it took me August, September, October. Around October, I grew multiple teams. So I did it first, and like I was telling my story, word got around that I had work, but it was all the low hanging fruit of a new market being opened from leaf filter. So I just got really hungry. The sales manager was telling me, there's a sign-on bonus. If you would do 20 installations, we'll give you $1,000 on top. And then I got really hungry and I said, hey, can you give me a sign? Can you just give me bonuses if I always install 10 more than the bar? And so word got around, they made some calls and they're like, yeah, we'll give you 1,000 every time you install 10 above that limit. So it was 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. At one point, I was installing 60 installations a week. So I really was like eating on that extra bonus on top of everybody's pay. So I did a really simple structure. It was 80-20 split. I had the work, I assigned the work, and the guys would just go. And so I would make 20% of the ticket that
Wait,
leaf filter was of the labor costs, and I was just managing everybody. And so the idea really sprang when I went to Mexico by my with my at that time my girlfriend, and we were able to manage the business, this subcontracting work with leaf filter remotely from Mexico, and that's kind of where it dawned. I was like, wait a minute, this can be a thing. And little behold, the subcontracting, with leaf filter ended because we took all the low hanging fruit. Then the winter came, all the guys had no work, and then I got hired in the sales position for leaf filter, and that's where I learned how to sell gutters aggressively with their model. And then at the whole time, like I was telling my story, I was always getting reviews, like with leaf filter customers, just
Yep.
because I was in their house and I'm actually doing the work. So I get reviews, get reviews, get reviews. And then it was a turning point where I had way more reviews than leaf filter's office, and I was getting work without needing, the subcontractor work. I could live on that income, and I went all in. I went all in. There was a point where I went to an appointment myself the day before, and the next day, because the way that leaf filter assigns appointments is on the day of.
Right.
Like you just get a time slot. You
Oh
get
man.
12, 1 o'clock, and a 3 o'clock, and you just show up. And I showed up to the same dude's house. So I pull up with my leaf filter shirt, and he sees me, and I'm like, yo, I recognize his house. And I was like, oh, I think I was here yesterday. And that's kind of when this guy, he's kind of a little sour. He kind of saw me. He's like, yo, what are you doing? It's like, what is this, a game? And he got really upset. He calls my manager, and then my manager found out finally, like, my business was bigger than leaf filter. And he gave me an ultimatum. He said, look, either you stay with us only or you go do your thing. And I was like, I'll go do my thing. And I never turned back. That's kind of how that worked out.
That's awesome.
awesome.
That's incredible. Did you get that job?
I did not. I
Okay.
did not. I respectfully, the guy wanted my price for the leaf filter product, but I was like, dude, I can't. This is not my business. This is not my company. This is not my product. I cannot give you this ridiculous low price. Like, imagine I was going in at $12, $15 a foot with, SureFlow, HydroFlow, and gutter. Like, you're making at least $2, $3 a foot in profit. Nothing crazy, because I was in the beginning phases. And with leaf filter, I started at $60 a foot, $65
Right.
a foot, and I worked my way down to 30.
That's crazy.
Yeah. All right. So that all happened. What time frame was that? Post COVID stuff?
Yeah, so this is 2020. I was number one installer with leaf filter. 2022, 2021, I made 60K in 6 months, in 5 months with leaf filter, as a sales rep. And then that's when my boss found out at the end, and then I took a 30-day trip to Guatemala to do a yoga teacher training on, like, on the hippie stuff. I go there, and then I meet my wife, and then my wife, she's half Swiss, half Spanish, and I was like, I'm gonna follow you wherever you go. So she was like, I'm going back to Switzerland. And then we found out we were pregnant, and I had the ring, and I got married in a year, with all
I
within the
don't know.
same year.
Wow, this guy's living in a dream over here.
Yeah, so it all
Right.
happened with. I know it sounds crazy. Like I met her, proposed, got a baby, got married, and left the country, all in 2022. But because I did that, I needed to figure it out. Like like either so the backstory was because I knew I wasn't coming back to America. I was like, I need a sales job. So I got my life insurance license to sell life insurance over the phone. And I hated it. I did it for like a month and a half, calling old people
Boring, right?
saying, "Hey, you're gonna die. You want life insurance? Like,
Yeah.
hey, are you covered?" I'm like, "Fuck
Selling
that."
it.
Excuse my language, but I was like, "No." And then my wife's like, "You got this gutter thing. Why don't you just put systems that you need for a startup and really build it?" And I was like, "Okay, what systems?" Because I wasn't operating in systems. I was using Google. I was using I was doing a Word document quoting and sending it like that. So it wasn't like at all systemized or optimized. And she's like,
Hey,
no,
that's a
you
system.
need this, this, and this. And I just started applying what she told me, which is, you need somebody to pick up the phones. You need to make it look more professional. You need a real scheduler. You need something to really look to collect credit cards. So I started bootstrapping all these free tools online. And as soon as I got my VA, I trained her for like 4 months, me and her one-on-one. And
The
then she
VA
became
stuff
a
we're gonna
beast.
talk
She
about.
came, she's from Argentina. She never saw, they don't have gutters in Argentina. She had really good English, but you can hear an accent. But after working with me for 4 months, like consistently picking up phone calls, like with me, like on like fire mode, she became an expert. Like she's legit. You call my office and you can ask her any question, gutter related, she'll sell you. That's how beast she is.
That's
And
awesome.
that was kind of the beginning of me starting to implement this framework, you can say, of using virtual assistants to kind of delegate every single task you think of. All the hats that a business wears have been delegated, and the final one that I haven't delegated yet, I haven't figured out how to do, is the sales. I'm still actively doing the sales, but I love the sales. Like I like getting on the phone. I like selling. I know how to take a customer from, hey, I don't think you're real, to, oh, you know what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm gonna give you my money.
Yep.
Right. So so in Barcelona, you're 4 hours, 5 hours ahead of Rhode Island.
I'm a 6 hour difference.
Six
So,
hour difference.
so
So your workday is starting at 2 p.m.
2 p.m., 1 p.m.
Right. Okay. Right on. So let's talk about that VA stuff. How
Yep.
many VAs are you running right now?
Right now we have 5 full-time VAs.
Five full time. That's 40 hours a week. It's full time.
Correct. 40 hours a week.
What are they doing in your
How do you break
business?
that up? So,
Yeah.
So
task-
fantastic. And it's really the order that I kind of teach to people who never got into VAs, right? So, and I'm only teaching exactly what I've done and what's been working and what worked for me. So it's a proven, like it's working. So the first one that I hired that I needed to immediately delegate task was picking up the phone calls. Why? Because like you said, I'm 6 hours ahead. I was sleeping at 12, 11 o'clock
Good
at
point.
night. 12,
Time difference.
Right.
huge time difference. So my business in the summertime doesn't close until 7 o'clock, and I'm a new dad. So now I'm sleep deprived.
Yeah.
I'm going to bed at 5 o'clock, at 5 p.m., and it's like super early in America. So the first VA was the customer service administrator. And when she came on board, her number one task was to pick up the phone, collect the information, and generate a quote in 15 to 20 minutes flat. That was number one task for her to do. Just cleaning, nothing crazy. Don't install, no details on the installation. Just you collect all the data, you create a quote for cleaning because it's easy, and then you send me all the leads for installations, and I'll focus on that. Once she became proficient enough, she was able to do both. Create quotes, send the cleaning ones in 15 to 20 minutes, and then the installs, we had like a 30 to 60-minute time turnaround to get a quote out.
Oh, is that
Because
how fast you're turning those around?
Wow.
for installation, we can install you upon approval between 2 to 3 days, or sometimes the next day. But the reason why we did that was because I'm online and I don't have the luxury of going to someone's home to sell them, do the whole spiel, do the whole walk around, build the value around the whole property, saying, "Hey, Mr.
Yeah.
Customer, you see the tiger stripes, you see the dirt behind the gutter, do you see the spike and ferrule? Bring the material, have them touch it, feel it. My advantage is you get a quote now, today.
Right.
It's hot.
Good
And if
point.
it's in your budget, if it's in your like, oh, that sounds reasonable, it's being sold. They don't have to think about it, or they don't have to go get a they don't have to get a second opinion. Oh, I'm gonna do my due diligence, I need 3 quotes. No, I don't get that excuse because I build so much value on the phone call, and just getting them a quote immediately really helps
What
people.
do you do? You call right back as soon as that quote gets sent?
So I send it with all the details of what I say. I say, hey, thank you so much for calling for your gutter installation. Here is your gutter installation quote. Just want to let you know we include a 20-year gutter warranty. What does that cover? That covers anything going improper installation, warping of material, any leaks. You give us a call, we give you a service for 20 years. We also applied our 10% Google Discovery discount, our Facebook Discovery discount, our referral Discovery discount. In that section, you'll see the cash check and credit card price. So I'm giving them the prices, all 3 prices right in their face. Here
Yeah.
you go.
Nice.
And it goes 10, 15, 20. Sometimes I play around with the 15, 20. Maybe sometimes I do 18. It just depends on the
Right.
buying psychology
And you-
number that I want. Because
Right.
sometimes I do play around with the numbers. And this is one of the things that I learned from my last sales manager. He was like, use numbers that sound nice to the mind. It's psychology, like 1297, 1280, 1250. Don't use weird numbers. So I just always round off to my favorite numbers.
And
So I like to do 50, 80, or double zeros. That's just a little, I don't know if that is like a little
Yeah.
tip for online quoting.
Right.
That's just me. I don't use weird numbers. I don't do no 0.16 cents. It's like, I round up
No use change.
to good numbers. And that was the first one. That was the first VA. Then after a year of working with her and continuously build my Google presence, I want to say at that time I was at 100 5-star reviews. Then with her single person with me, we hit 150 200 5-star reviews. And when that happened, we did show a dramatic increase in phone calls, and then also a dramatic increase in jobs.
So
And
you
so
did,
now,
you did show.
oh yeah, for sure. Like
Okay.
there was a point at 85 stars, it was only trickling. At 100, the phone started ringing
So
consistently.
let me inject and then we could talk about this for a second. I don't think my 2 cents on that is it's not the homeowner seeing the score. I think that's how Google, this is the algorithm on Google, right? So when Google sees you hit that number, they start showing you more, right? You're just, the algorithm changes and you're face forward a lot more.
Right.
It's funny you say that because you're right. There isn't something I'm not able to completely track it to that extent. The only thing that I was able to view was just the overall aura of the environment that was happening
Yeah.
because of the reputation. So
Well, in the science of tracking marketing is the only thing we can't track is the algorithm. We don't know what the algorithm is, right? And it's always changing.
correct. Bear with me. I'm just looking for my charger so I can charge this
I'm wondering
bad
when you're going
boy.
to get tackled and like handcuffed or something. It looks like you're up to no good over there. Like, what's this guy doing? He's talking into the phone. He's going crazy over here. We think he's on a podcast. Just talking to stuff.
Yo, the guy that gave me a ride, he was like, "Pero tú eres famoso." Like that means, oh, you're famous. Who are you? I was like, no. I was like, it's not like that. I promise, bro.
You are, bro.
You are famous.
But,
You
but
are famous.
you have no idea. Like
I
it
mean, you're
definitely.
speaking at a show I was at just a week ago, so you're holding
Yeah.
some weight.
Here we go. Here it is. So yeah,
All
no,
right.
the guy that was so dope. Like I'm telling you, I've been to the airport so many times. The Hertz guy never offered me a ride to the terminal, and
You're
it came out of it, like it literally just came out of his heart. He's like, "Yo, where you going?" I'm like, "I'm going to Terminal E." I'm like, "I'm gonna hop on the
All
shuttle."
in
He's like,
Spanish,
"I'll take
right?
you." Man, random. It was like, wow, this is
Not
cool.
in English, though, right?
No, not in English.
Yeah, that's why. That's why. All
funny.
right, you guys were connected.
No,
All
but you
right.
know what I was doing? I was cleaning the car. I always, when I return the rental, I try to clean it, and I was cleaning all the garbage, put it in a trash bag that I brought because I don't like to leave it dirty. So that's what I was doing.
That's like
I
not
think that's
putting
what
the
he saw,
shopping
and I
cart
think
away.
he really liked that. So
Yeah.
okay, I'm nice and charged up. So that was the first VA, right?
Hold
So
on,
we
I
got
want to go
busy.
back. I want to go back a second.
Go ahead.
How did you handle your Google business from a distance? Like, what did that
Yeah, I have a note in front of me that wants me to ask you about your
Yes.
GMB and how you handled that and how you transitioned away. Or obviously you have one. How'd you pull that off?
Okay, so before before I left for the country, I already had the GMB. So back in the day, GMB was very easy to create. You didn't
Right.
have to get verified, so I already had that. Now it's a little more difficult. I do have another I have another location in Massachusetts. It's almost hitting 100 5-star reviews. It's at 80 right now. But same thing. And now this one's more like I remember how I was tracking the numbers. Now I have a real example. Like I know I can say, okay, right now it's at 80, but this thing don't ring. The phone don't ring over there.
Yeah,
It brings business. Like I think I made like 250 or 300K from that location alone last year. So it was 30%, but I know it's not hot. So
right.
there is like a
Understandable.
radar of the Google presence.
A lot more
Um,
competition, probably, right?
and that too. Massachusetts is bigger. There's way more people. And there's another guy over there that has, it's called the Gutter Cowboy, and he has like 500 5-star
Colin, wait a
reviews.
second here.
Huh?
Wait a second.
Colin, wait a sec. Whoa, gutter cowboy.
Yeah, he's called the Gutter Cowboy,
Talk to
and
the attorney about this.
what's interesting, Frank? He called me saying, "Hey, I need help cleaning," and I was like, "I'll help. I got cleaners. Like, I'll send it out to you." And he's like, "I was like, yo, but do you install?" He's like, "I don't do zero installations. I only clean gutters. That's his
Wow.
whole
Funny.
entire business model is only cleaning."
Yeah.
And
He'll retire nicely.
he's killing it. He told me he
Yeah.
was like bringing in like 1.2. I was like, "Wow, that's what's
All
up."
right. Yeah.
Yeah, just cleaning.
Nice. I mean, he'll get a nice multiple, and when he's ready. Older guy or what?
He was definitely older than me for sure.
Yeah. All right.
Well, that doesn't take much. You're what, like 24? Come on now.
No. He was like I want to say like 48. He was telling me.
Oh, yeah. Well, so is the GMB tied to a residence that you used to live at?
Great question.
One in
Great question.
Rhode Island,
No, it wasn't tied to anything. And then
just a territory, no address.
it was virtually no address. But then my SEO guy told me, hey, you need to attach it to a location because it will help your profile better. So at that time, you're gonna start laughing at this, Frank. I was living on the east side. East side Providence.
Yeah.
So I was living on the east side in a rental unit. And I was like, yo, I'll just put it right here on this rental unit.
Why not?
And so I'm on the east side, which is the rich side of Rhode Island. And I'm right there. So I am attached to a location. I used to live there, and no one has told me nothing about the address. So I'm going to keep it right there.
Yeah. Well, is it still tied to the physical address?
Yeah.
Oh, good for you. Yes, you could get away with that for a while.
Right.
Until somebody says something, and if it's not the owner, I ain't moving it. And if I do move it, I'll move it to my new
You
property
need to be
in
motivated.
Pawtucket. But,
I don't
for
blame you.
now, it's doing its thing.
All right. So, do you think you need to have that GMB? Is it critical? Obviously, you have all these stars. You need to have it tied to. You need a GMB to get the reviews with Google.
Listen, so my approach and how the only marketing strategy that I've used is reputation marketing. That's the only thing I've been doing. Is it the holy grail? Yes. For me, if Google shut down, would I be quote unquote finished? No, because I did build a CRM and I have repeat business. So however, I think that the having the GMB is a key component. It's a key component.
Yeah.
It's like back in the day, if you didn't have a brick and mortar, it was very hard to know who you were or what you did. So the GMB is your physical real estate on the
Sure.
on the digital world.
Must have.
Yeah. And so I optimize GMB. Like I post, I update. There's a difference between posting, a difference between updating, and there's a difference between just uploading pictures. So we do all three. Every
Do you
single
have that optimized where like you can post in advance? Are you
Yeah, so
using
I
any software?
use great question. So I use a social media manager. And that was my second person that I hired, right? Because I was like, I want more business. And I saw that I was doing a lot with GMB. So I was like, I want to automate this. And that's when I hired my social media manager. And then,
So this VA number 2.
this is VA number two, a
All right.
marketing person,
All right.
right? And then this marketing person really alleviated my time from editing, posting, just
Yeah.
being accountable with myself. And then I worked a great strategy with her. I really told her, hey, look, I got no vision. I don't got no brand voice. I don't know what to post. You can take total creative
I
control.
love that. Yeah.
All I'm gonna do is
It's a big flex
provide the
for an
raw
employee.
content, and you do it. I
Yeah.
gave a reference. I gave her
Storytelling.
2 guys. I was like, hey, I like how he posts, and I like how he posts.
You gave her
Make a
Frank
blend
Regan
in
and Colin
between,
DeHaan and said, go with it.
and then go with it. And she created my own brand story. Like, I guess I'm famous on TikTok. I have no idea, but I am. It's crazy. I had a few videos go viral. Um, so
You put out
I
nice.
just gave her total control, because the only thing that matters right now on the social media world is content, content, content. Like, you just need to
Right.
be consistently posting, and I just completely automated that from my life.
Awesome. So you have 3 other VAs. What other
Yes.
roles are you taking care of with that?
Yup. So the social media really alleviated me from that, and then really helped me with all the Google posting and all of that stuff. Then the third one was the logistics manager. So now all the logistics before that person, it was being done between me and my first VA, right? The customer service assistant. But
Got
it got too
Yeah.
overwhelming.
Yeah.
Right now on our busy days, last season we did in one day 22 cleanings, 30 cleanings,
Yeah.
and then 15, 17. So it's a lot communicating with new potential customers, sending new quotes, and also communicating with the VAs and current customers.
Right.
So that logistics manager, that's all she does, is just handles the day-to-day scheduling issues. Hey, where are you? What's your ETA? So we can communicate with the customer. All that good stuff is handled from the logistics manager.
Is
And so that
is
was number
your
3.
social media that's a complete VA? Like,
Yes,
what do you pay for these people?
I'm paying between 800 on the lowest end, and then my highest. I call her the GOAT. She's getting paid 1,800
Colin,
A
that's
week?
monthly.
a month.
What?
Yeah. That's what I said when he told me. I said, "Whoa."
800 to 1,000 a month?
40 hours a week.
You have a placement agency of your own? Don't you have some sort
Do
of
they
I,
want another
I
40
I I
hours?
do, and so I did a flat fee. I have flat fee of 1,400, whichever VA you need. That's it
for however many you need
for each.
for each? Yeah, I was going to say, we're going to come clean you out.
Yeah, yeah. Right now, I have a huge Rolodex of social media content creators, which is pretty cool, because the process is really simple. What we do is, let's say you are a VA, we do an onboarding call, say, hey, what kind of VA, what are you exactly looking for? Or sometimes we say, hey, you need more than one. Once we find that profile or that avatar, we go and very highly vet everybody. They need to pass 3 different types of interviews before they even get an interview with the client, which would be you. Just because we want a good fit. And then what we also do, we do a minimum initial period of 3 months. After the 3 months initial period, we give you the opportunity to buy out the contract. The reason being is because I don't want to be the bottleneck for someone's growth. I think the reason why I'm able to be, the remote contractor lifestyle that I have is I don't have a middleman. So I didn't want to be that bottleneck for potential customers, because I have it at cost. So after 3 months, once you've established a very good relationship or it's a very good fit, you'll have the opportunity to buy out this contract so you can have it at cost, whatever that price may be that is agreed upon with the VA. We serve as a kind of intermediary to provide not only our systems, because they also will use everything that I do. You'll have that capability and capacity, but also be installed into your system and your operations and how you manage your business, because everybody uses different softwares, different programs. So that's what we're doing at Remote Contractor.
I love it. I love it. You're a busy guy.
Oh yeah,
1,400 and you'll place one or
yeah,
14?
one.
1,400
Just
per,
one.
you're
Okay.
saying. Yeah.
1,400 per. Okay.
So the third one was social media, the logistics. Then the fourth one was my KPI analyst.
Mm,
So what was the next thing? I was doing all this payroll, and payroll sucked.
yeah.
And I had to do all the payroll. I had to connect all the bills, connect all the labor costs, the material costs, etc. And it took a lot of time. It took an hour, 2 hours of my time. I was like, yo, I can automate this. Let me go find a KPI analyst. So I hired, funny is that she wasn't an accountant per se, but she was a lawyer, and she's from Argentina.
Interesting.
And she ended up fitting the position perfectly, because she didn't have bad habits. I created the habits. I created all the Excel empire that I call it my Excel empire. But I have everything, any data you can ask me, any question data related. For
Yeah.
example, you tell me, Jonathan, what was your cost of your last job? Okay, I'll pull up the job. This is it. What's your current CPA cost, CPC, everything.
Yeah.
Everything that Alex Hormozy, anybody that needs to analyze a business, because Ned Stevens has been shooting his shot at me
Of
every
course.
single year.
Yeah. We were just talking
And I'm like, I know my numbers. So I know my numbers. I know my EBITDA. I know everything because of my Excel empire. And I'm going for a certain goal at EBITDA wise, but I ain't selling. They want it badly, but we ain't selling. This
Right.
is a cash flow cow. Why would I sell my cash flow
That's
cow?
right. That's it. Yeah. Then no one.
Unless it's right. Unless it's
They want to. They want you
because
to
there's a
talk
price.
cheap.
Everybody had their price. Everybody
Yeah,
got their
but why
price.
not? Yeah, that's it. But why not? Like you unlocked this, so then you just do it in freaking middle of Iowa
Yeah,
or
it's all
Florida
good. I could
or
do it
like
again.
wherever, right?
Keep
So
doing it.
So that was the KPI. And then because now I can observe and look at things that I want to look at, number wise, where am I spending my money, the P&L, why did I spend more money on this month and that month, what really worked, where you can see the spikes in businesses at a number perspective. And then my final one, the fifth one that I have, and I think it was the most valuable one until this day, was my reputation marketing manager, right? So this one is a brand new one, and I saw a huge surge. I got 400 reviews in 1 year, gentlemen.
wow.
And so it was. I simply implemented this lady um, into my sequence of events of what we do to get reviews. So it's like it's like a 7 to 14 touch point process that we use. Um, and what it is once the job is done, she collects the invoice, she collects payment, runs the credit card on file, looks at the before and after pictures before she sends them, observes them, looks what's going on. If there's an upsell opportunity, she will call a happy sit. It's called a happy upgrade call. So she calls to get feedback from the customer, see if the customer's happy. If the customer's not happy, it gets escalated to me and I handle and turn off the fire. if if there's a upsell opportunity, she'll say, "Hey, we noticed in the pictures that we sent that there's a lot of pine needles. You should look into getting gutter guards. Would you like a quote?" Or, "Hey, we noticed your fascia board's messed up." Or, "Hey, my favorite. Oh, you, Mr. Customer, have spiked gutters."
Yeah. Yeah.
Sir, that is the old
Dinosaur.
technology. It's a walk in the park. Spike gutters is my favorite type of sale.
I love that you call them spiked gutters.
I
I
love
like
it.
that.
Spike and Farrell.
Spike and
Yeah. Right.
Farrell. And then they're like, "Oh, what is that?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm
Yes.
glad you asked. It's a
You big
6-inch
problem.
nail that goes from the front to the back. And like anything that holds a nail, over time it loses its strength. And what happens? Water gets through, it starts slipping through the nail, and your fascia board gets rotted. And after your fascia board gets rotted, your soffit gets rotted. And after your soffit gets rotted, your roof rafters get rotted. And then it's too late, Mr. Custom. And then you need a new roof.
Right.
And then they're like, "Okay, we need that fixed." I'm like, "Okay, let me get you a price to replace all the gutters." And that's it. So that's the upsell call. And if they're happy, boom, we send them a review link. The feedback they give us, we kind of create an email. We send them the feedback here. Here's what you said about us. It's an easy copy paste. It's 30 seconds. Here's the Google review link. If you don't got Google, here's our Facebook link. If you don't got Facebook, here's our real work internal review link. So I give them 3 options because sometimes people don't got Google, and it kind of sucks. I think Frank and I were talking about it that we send them the Google link and they don't got a Google Gmail and they can't give a review. But
A lot of people are fussy, right? They don't have it. They don't want an email, a Gmail account. They don't want to set it up. They're too high profile. A lot of problems near me with that. They want to do it. They're willing to, but they're not going to go like expose their secret profile. They're
right. So yeah, those are the five VAs currently now. And then the next one that's kind of been I've been dragging my tail around with it is getting a sales rep, let's say a remote sales agent. And it just we're kind of
fit
I
in
mean
your shoes
I'm
essentially.
figuring it out. Yeah, it's me.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the final piece
That
for
is.
it to be.
And then you could go just vacation all the time, right?
Yeah, no, I'm really getting into real estate. I really like I'm really getting super interested in real estate. So
I
that's
love
my
it.
next.
Let me tell you something. I really enjoyed that piece you put together for Friday, and you probably have used it before. It was a little like a self promo, essentially, kind of giving the story on you, how you do business. It showed you in various locations, working at your laptop. You were at coffee shops. You were on vacation. You were sitting out by a pool. Little drone takes off and shows that you're in some Costa Rican village or something, and you have the mountains behind you and banana trees. And
That was a baller shot, by the way.
it was sick.
That was Guatemala, and where I met my wife in Atitlan. It's a lake. They call it the belly button of Pachamama. If you
I have
want
a belly button. I have one too. Tell me something. What were you doing with that promo? Is this a part of your business, or is this something that you're trying to package and
I'm so happy you asked.
concept?
So Remote Contractor has been like in the air. So when I realized, so here's where it was born. Kind of Colin also kind of gave a little fuel to this, and he kind of doesn't know. I'm gonna tell him for the first time now.
We have big Sam.
When I went to my first gutter convention, the second annual. So I went to the second, the third, and this was gonna be the fourth. God rest Mr. Bren's soul. But I'm so happy that I was able to go to the first and the second and the third. The second one and my first one, I met Colin was part of the event, and then he had his gutter live breakout session, and it was so good that he had to make it another day because it was that fire. And I think everybody wanted more.
We had a big crowd.
Yeah, it was fire. Like that one day was like all that. Like if I would have just went to that one event,
don't blow his head up. Come
Thank
on,
you, brother.
I
appreciate that.
No, it was good. It was really good. And so that's when I realized what I had my hands on. Like the video says, like I didn't know I was creating this lifestyle. Like I was telling my buddy, literally not too long ago. I think you guys know Brian Sargent, the roofing
that's
guy.
my boy. He's right here in my state. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was telling me, he's like, we was talking about normality, and like I've made this thing a normal thing. Like it's so normal that I don't know that I didn't realize what I had my hands on. I'm still not fathoming it. This first speech that I did was kind of like the hard launch to this remote contractor. So we started it as a YouTube, started wanting to do the coaching thing because obviously Colin inspired me, and then I did a few coaching. I did, and I didn't like it. I'm like, yo, want to know why you guys gonna laugh? The reason why I didn't like the coaching was because one, it's hard. Two,
everybody's
it's
different.
like I read a lot of books. A book that I highly recommend everybody read in this chat is The Science of Getting Rich. But imagine I recommend this book by Wallace D. Wattles, and then I gotta ask you, hey, did you read the book?
Right.
Did you listen to the audio? Like that's what coaching was. Like, yo, I'm telling you what to do. The steps. Just do the steps, and you're gonna like Tony Robbins says, find someone that has what you want, do exactly what they did, and you'll have eventually what they have.
That's right.
That's it.
You don't hire a fat trainer,
Yeah. So coaching was like that. Was like, and I look at my wife. I was like, yo, I'm like, I can't do this. I'm like, there's no way. So then I pivoted, right? I pivoted from the coaching. And I took a year off. I tried to figure it out. And I also felt like an imposter because I wasn't making 7 figures. So I was like, you know what? Let me go hard. Let me go hard in the paint. Let me focus. And we really dialed it in. And then we cracked some numbers. And I was like, okay, this is real. And that's when I went to the second Gutter Live event, right? So the Gutter Live event was like a kind of like a milestone. And it was still working. And it was working even better, right? And then Colin's always checking. He's like, how's it going? How are you doing? I'm like, I'm doing better. I'm doing better. And this year, again. So I'm realizing, okay, this is real. I got proof of concept now. I can sink my teeth. I can literally show somebody how to 2 to 3x their business if they follow a simple model. However, I didn't want to be the coach. I was like, you know what? I will give everything away. That's why the training, I gave all the sauce. I'm like, yo, any question you guys ask, hit me up. I'll give you every single sauce. I'm not going to be a gatekeeper. I'll give it all to you because I know this. It's the implementation of the knowledge that actually really gives you the power. It's not knowledge.
Right.
Right. And so now that's what I'm selling. I'm selling the implementation. You want what I want? You want what I have? Or similar kind of model? Well, guess what? You get a VA trained to exactly that. You'll get a VA. I'll train her or him to do exactly what I do with my business.
Right,
and then you can also train her to do whatever you want. But this VA is trained on the remote contractor system. They're trained. If you want to use them for different things, use them for different things, but they're trained on my system. So now I eliminate myself from the equation of me coaching, figuring out people to get it done,
What
and
is
you got
something like
somebody
that
doing it
cost?
for you. So it's like it's not a DIY, it's a done for you kind of thing.
I love it. For a guy at home, what does something like that cost? A VA like trained on the business.
Dude, 1,400. It's nothing crazy. It's a
Nothing.
no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. Could I charge 2Gs?
Cost
Sure.
one round trip flight for Jonathan to fly anywhere.
Just to be clear, it's 1,400 plus we pay their wage.
You pick them
right?
up as an employee at that point.
Colin, no, that's including their wages, bro.
What?
Not
Bro.
one time. What are you talking about?
Dude, that's what it costs, guys. That's what it costs.
$1,400
$1,400 a month.
a month. Okay.
A month.
I
A
say
month.
he's playing the margins then.
And
whatever
yeah, so
hey,
here's the thing, ready? So
Yeah.
if you want a customer service person, they're gonna work, between 30 to 40 hours. That's the price, 1,400. The social media manager, though, however, I just want to make a huge distinction. That position, even though it's still 1,400, is not based on time. It's based on results.
right, it's output.
Because it's a different position. But sometimes people get confused because I have to make this very clear. Yes. Is it the same cost? Yes. Why? Because it is. There is no it is what it is. However, it's not based on time. It's based on results. And so
I get
and
it.
I with the social media, it does come with a very intense program. Like they'll know they need to post XYZ. Like, and then the only thing that person needs to do is create the content, just record, just press record. And that's the hardest thing to do
A lot of
sometimes.
guys, it's very hard to get in front of that camera or even behind it and record.
You
Even
know what's working for those people who are shy behind the camera? ASMR videos. No talking, just working and sound, and people
They're so
are
good.
eating that.
Oh my goodness! I'm sick of hearing my own voice. I might start just doing that. Golly, it's so good.
Yeah, the ASMR, they're eating it up. Oh my God, they're eating
I
it
eat
up.
it up, man. Like I love nothing more than watching somebody
you
build
eat
something
it up.
really cool.
eat it up ASMR. People slurping soup.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah,
I highly enjoy watching ASMR cooking videos, which is hilarious. I highly no talking, just ingredients, and yeah, I'm a big foodie. So, and I'm the guy that cooks at the house too. My wife is not a cooker, but she's the nurturer, so she can nurture. I'll cook all day. It's all
There
good.
you go.
love it.
So she's missing you right now.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
That's what I miss most about Vegas. Like
Yeah.
Frank and I went out to nice fancy steak dinner, and like nice steaks, and it still didn't hold a candle to my wife's cooking. Like
Yeah.
I was like, babe, I can't wait to get home. And yeah, got home.
I know.
She's like, what do you want? And I was like, I really want breakfast for dinner, babe. And she's
Nice.
like, I got it. And I was like, sourdough cinnamon rolls. I'll make it happen. Let's
Wow.
go.
Nice.
But yeah, well, Jonathan, this is freaking incredible. So how do people get a hold of you? Because we've got Matt Wendell saying I need to get a hold of him. I'm like, I gotta get a hold of you. I know how to get a hold of you, but how do people get a hold of you?
Yeah, the best form right now, like I said, the event right now at Gutter Con meeting, it was the hard launch. It was like, okay, I can do this. Like it's official. Like I'm ready to rock. I've finalized the onboarding process. I have an account manager. We can definitely handle a lot of volume. It is a 2-week turnaround time. So let's say you guys want to get a VA,
Understandable.
we get you the interview with me first or with my assistant. We kind of figure out what you're looking for. And then it takes a week for us to get candidates to go through the vetting process, making sure we got the right ones, not going to waste any time. And then they go through a 2 interview process with me and my wife. And then the third one is with the client with 5. It's a round robin interview at the end. And you get to choose the one that meets and fits your needs the most. And if it doesn't meet your needs, we keep looking.
That's right.
That's how it goes. And so yeah, the best form of to contact me is definitely contact me right now via phone call or via text. It's can I just say it out loud here?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Please
Yeah,
do.
yeah. You can contact me via text at 401-217-9696. That's my business phone number. Text message calls. If I don't pick up, my assistant will pick up and she'll leave me a message. Or if you have social media, you can definitely find me on Facebook, Jonathan Rosales. I'm the guy hanging off the gutter, which I got inspired from Mr. Frank. on his speech the first year. And then on Instagram is Jonathan Loves Life. If you guys are Instagram guys.
Yeah, I love it. You know, we're going to, Kyle, I'm going to just take the liberty to say on behalf of the team, too, I think we're going to talk to Jonathan and rope him in on Gutter School and give him a little spot to showcase his talents.
I think it makes a ton of sense.
Yeah, right in the learning module inside Gutter app. George, how many weeks out are we on that, on LMS? 2 weeks out. I mean, we are right down to the wire. Jonathan, get home. Let's talk in the next couple business days, you and I offline, and we want to give a little spot for you where you can plug in any content.
I got sauce. What you guys saw was me. That was I've done Gutter. I've done Gutter 5-day challenges with people and really testing the marketplace. I did it like 10, 15 times with 10, 15 people. That's when I realized I'm not doing this coaching thing. I was like, no, absolutely not. But what was really valid though, it helped me structure my messaging and structure my lessons. So that's why when I went on stage on Friday, it was like bang, 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 because I went through the system so many times. So
you knew your stuff. It was clear you were very well versed in that.
Yeah. So, it's a simple framework, but it really is what I've been doing. I've been doing more with less. And a lot of us get confused that we need to do so much more to get more, and it really isn't. The simpler is the better. Like we want things to flow smoothly, and sometimes we overcomplicate business and life, but less is more and especially in this business.
100%. And I'll tell you what, you have demonstrated the stick with itness and the success of the model 2 years in a row to break $1 million is unbelievable. Remote. Nobody in this industry believes that it could be done that way. A lot of the old guys are like, no way, this is not right. This can't be done. I look, guys, what about a hybrid? What about just leveraging it as a method of scale when you are sending sales guys out in the field?
When are we going to start doing that?
Yeah,
because
and you know what? Like I do that, guys. I come home every 2 to 3 times a year, and when I'm here, my closing rate is super high because I'm showing up with numbers. I'm just already so imagine you call me for an installation. You already have a blueprint design. The quote is already created because we're already in the 15, 20 minutes. I got a design, but you really want to meet me. Okay, fine. If you're going to meet me, I'm closing. That's kind of what I tell my girls. I say, if they want to really be adamant about meeting somebody, no problem. Usually it's either one of my installers that go, but they just show face. But when I show up everything ready to rock. Like the quote is in my phone. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'll get back to you tomorrow. No, we're doing this now here. And I bring out the sheet. I do the drum roll, just like how I was in Leaf Filter. I drum roll it out. I read my paper to the T, and then I give them the prices right there and in their face. And I close the process right there. And I show them the design. Be like, look, I got a blueprint. This is where it's going. Blah, blah, blah. Exact X, Y, Z. So the hybrid for this, and this is what I tell people, because I also realize not everybody wants my lifestyle. Dude, would I recommend it? No, it's sometimes exhausting. Okay, jet lag ain't no joke. So, but I tell my wife, yo, I'm telling you, if I lived in America, I'd be making way more money. But it's to the cost of the cost of living, right? So, the hybrid of what we're doing with the way that we do it.
No, you have a beautiful life. I do it the other way, which is live in probably arguably the highest net worth zip code in the country. And then I go take expensive trips. So I'm an idiot, right? I'm an idiot. One last question for you, and this kind of summarizes the conversation before we wrap. And they deleted it, or it's no longer on the screen. And so I don't know. I'm sorry, I can't tell you who asked the question. But the question was, what do you think of Leaf Filter? What do you think of the product?
Okay, so listen, can we knock it? Sure, you can knock it. But you can't knock that they're a $1 billion company. Right? So they're a $1 billion company. So what I did was I learned from the big bro. What I say to my friends all the time, I'm like a baby Leaf Filter. Because they have a model that worked. I modeled what worked. So that's what I modeled. And that's why I don't have employees. I have straight subcontractors, right? Because I'm just a baby Leaf Filter. And I took all the positions of the VAs if you go to the leaf filter office, those positions are filled with real people.
Yeah.
That's where I got the model. It's not like I didn't learn the model from them. Now, are they overpriced? Absolutely. Do they gouge? Absolutely. But that's their business model.
Right.
That's what they work with. That they work. They're like you. I don't even want to say used car salesman. It's like you're asking me, hey, what do you think about a car sales rep? I used to be a car salesperson, so I know it has a bad rep to it.
Yeah.
But it's that's the industry. So for
Here's
me, leaf filter is a great product. Does it work? Yes, but it doesn't work.
There's no leaf guard that's perfect.
Everything sucks.
the thing.
Nobody needs guards. Nobody needs guards. I'd rather clean gutters,
The product
like
out there.
repeat every single year. But you want the guards, you're gonna pay for the guards.
And let me tell you something, guys at home. If you really want a mature business that has legs and that can give you recurring income, sell a cover and then sell a dusting every year. You don't want to put covers on and say, goodbye, you're all set now. You have the best cover in the world. You want to say you still need maintenance, albeit light maintenance, but we need to dust those things off once a year. But guess
What's
what?
you charge for that?
Between dusting, we charge almost half of what we charge for cleanings, but we still come in at an average of like $220.
Do you pop do you do it every year or every 2 to 3 years?
Only it's just a quick blower on the surface. We don't open them. We can, and we do if there's an acute issue after X amount of time.
Nice.
But you and I, we all know, unless they're getting hammered in pine needles, a dusting a year really, it's like brushing your teeth twice a day. It really keeps trouble away. It really does.
That's good.
Yeah. So
What are you guys doing with these ice dams? Because this, guys,
bananas
it's my first year. This is my first winter.
So-
Okay, I started 5 years ago. I never had a snowstorm.
All right,
I was unprepared, and my phone's ringing like crazy. People are
here's
panicking. I'm like,
here's my
guys, I
secret.
can't do shit. I can't do nothing. I don't know what to do.
You can't get the tool now because it's sold out. You can't just.
I
Like,
got it. It's out coming in the mail. The roof
coming.
rack. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, but the snow will be melted by the time it shows up.
Exactly.
So I
but
buy
it's snowing
like,
on Sunday.
I buy like 20 of them at a time. I'm 22 years in, so I've done this a few times. I buy 20 of them brand new in a box, put them on the shelf in the shop. I look at those damn things for maybe 5 years at a time sometimes, where they don't get touched, and I debate like just throwing them away to create space. But I'm like, no, we'll sit.
You're talking about a roof rake?
Yes.
A special roof rake, not a traditional roof rake. This thing is called the Avalanche. Okay.
Okay.
All right, I gotta look.
How much are they a pop?
I forgot what I paid. Maybe $80, something like 120. I don't know, in that range. All it is a very, very,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
very long pole. Like you could keep adding on fiberglass poles. It's super light, and it has like
It's got a rubber mat.
no.
and-
It's got vinyl, like a plastic, like a
I
slip.
bought that one. I think that's the one I bought.
Yeah, and it's like 2 feet wide, and that blue plastic goes maybe 20 feet. It's long, 15 feet, let's say, like a big slide. And you cut under the snow with like a pipe blade. It serves as a blade. It slices through the snow, and the snow is still dusty. And then anything that now has been cut falls onto that blue.
And it slides right off.
It just slides right off the house. You don't have to shovel it. You just cut, and it just all breaks away. So you could, if you're swift with it with your hands, you can clear a roof really fast. So my guys, we have ladders, right? And ladders galore. So they just set up ladders, boom, 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 boom. I mean, we're doing, I don't know, we've been doing about $25,000 a day, all week, and the phones ring off.
20 to 25,000 a day.
Oh my
25,000.
god, I'm so pissed, Frank. I wasn't ready, dude.
$25,000 dollars.
Yeah,
Not square feet.
$5,000 a roof. I mean, we get it.
You're such a savage. That is such a savage move.
$1 a square foot is what we're getting. But we have people with water pouring into windows and buckling floors, like hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of damage in some cases. Like, do you
You
want?
all build your
It's
houses
worth
like
it.
garbage.
They're willing. They're desperate.
do.
Colin, they're desperate. These people, I'm telling you,
Correct.
one lady was like, I'll pay whatever you need to make it stop whatever is happening. And I'm like, I can't help you.
Guys, just for reference here, all right? We're closing in on 200 inches of snow here in Ludington, Michigan. And I shovel around my skylight because I still have a decent amount of heat loss around the skylight. That's it. I've got 2 feet of snow on my roof
You're
right now.
built for that, you know. I mean, we
What's
are
that?
too, though. Our roof systems should hold up. You should have an ice
Yeah,
water
they
membrane,
should.
you know, flashing detail.
Right.
Well, so what happens is they don't, or the you know, it wasn't put on right. Even an ice and water membrane on the plywood deck.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, that's not.
You're
Yeah,
a knucklehead when you put it on, and you only apply it to the roof deck, and you don't carry it over the roof deck and cover like that. You know, the joint where the fascia meets the roof deck. You're going to get water inside. It's just common sense with installation. You should be looking at ice and water membrane that's dropped down and peeking at you from underneath the drip edge. That's a proper installation. When we install gutter, we want that gutter to be on top of a granulated ice and water membrane if the roof system was installed right. And guess what? We have a lot of really fancy roof systems here, slate, cedar, and they don't take the ice and water membrane over the fascia because it's ugly. It doesn't look good.
well, and they don't take ice as well either. Snow or slate and shake, they don't take ice.
No.
Even like a shingle roof, you know. So
Anyway,
Yeah.
we're like in a money mode over here. We're going crazy with the snow, and when I look at the weather, because I'm like a professional weather
Weatherman.
forecaster. Yeah, well, as we all are. I just do gutters on the side. The weather's not breaking. We don't have any heat, so the only thing that's melting the snow is heat loss from the house. So the ice just keeps like morphing and changing and growing and crawling down the house like venom on a Spider-Man cartoon or something. So we're just rolling with it. It's go time.
there you
Frank
go.
is collecting that cash like it's snowing off the like it's falling off the
It comes with its
sky.
own unique problems. Every day the team is,
Sure.
George was giggling earlier today because we have Thursday's management day where management meetings.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, unique issues, customers, like they didn't get all the snow off. And we're like, well, we leave like a half of an inch on the roof because our tools, we don't want to scrape and mechanically damage the roof. We're intentionally leaving a little dusting so that we're not running shovels into asphalt shingle.
Yep.
People don't get that, But that's the same reason why they say yes to the service, because they're just like generally uneducated with how it all works,
True.
It's
All right,
mind-boggling.
brother, when are you flying? How long you got for a wait?
So I'm supposed to check in by 9:40, but the
Okay.
flight leaves at 11:30. So
Ah, you got time.
I got time.
Might be Miller
There you go.
time. Have a little beer or something. Relax.
I had enough Cancun tequila and margaritas. I'm good. I am good.
You ready to drop down? I get it.
I'm
Cool.
good with any alcohol right now.
I love it.
Imagine I was 85-degree weather, amazing sun. The beach was it was dope. I was like
I need.
I got a little tattoo, a little baby mango. Oh, my wife's gonna love it. It's gonna be hilarious.
Care to show us, or is it in a weird spot?
No, it's not a weird spot. Let me show you.
I love Jonathan. He's such a character.
He is. He's ball energy.
It's right here.
What do you got? I can't tell what that is, man. It looks like a butt cheek.
I know it's looking rough because I was in the sun, so I got a little
ass
sunburn.
crack on that forearm.
Yo, it's fun.
Very nice, dude. Fly safe. Have a fantastic journey home, and I'll hit you up next week, man. I want to.
Yeah, absolutely. It's an absolute pleasure. If there's anybody here that wants to reach out directly, absolutely have them reach out, and then I'll be looking forward to giving you guys some sauce in the university.
Oh, for
absolutely.
sure. Oh, let's do it. We'd love to have you, man.
Go.
Jonathan's an open book. If anybody's in need of a VA, obviously this guy knows what he's doing. He's your man.
A
All
gutter
right, guys.
VA.
You all have a great and stay warm out here.
We're trying. Be good.
All right. Bye bye.